This is notice of an amendment to Bill 20, Climate Leadership Implementation Act, that it be amended by adding the following after Section 79, review by the Auditor General. 79.1, sub 1, within 2 years of the coming into force of this Act, the Auditor General shall conduct a comprehensive review of the carbon levy payable under this Act, the rebates, the tax credits relating to the carbon levy, and the effectiveness of any initiatives related to reducing emissions of greenhouse gases funded by the Energy Efficiency Alberta or any other revenue from the carbon levy. Subsection 2, the Auditor General shall complete a report within 6 months of commencing the review under subsection 1 and shall present the report to the Chair of the Standing Committee on Legislative Offices, who shall lay the report before the Assembly immediately if it is sitting, or if it's not sitting, within 15 days after the commencement of the next sitting. Subsection 3, when the Assembly is not sitting, the Auditor General may deliver copies of the report under this section to the Speaker, who shall immediately distribute copies to the office of each member of the Assembly. And subsection 4, after the Speaker has distributed copies of the report pursuant to subsection 3, sub 3, the Auditor General may make the report public. I think it's become clear from the lengthy debate and the contention around the Climate Change Climate Leadership Implementation Act that there's a lot of concern around the bill, a lot of support for the principle of the bill, in my view, a tremendous support for a look not only at supply but demand for energy in this province. We have to reduce our demand, and pleased to see that there's an energy efficiency body created under this act. But I think, like most people, we want to know that this will be properly measured, that there will be some transparent indicators that all of us can understand, even debate, and indeed that at the end of, as I've indicated here, 2 years, that there should be a comprehensive review before we get too far into this major initiative by the Auditor General himself, whose role is to conduct value for money audits, who has gained a lot of credibility around the ministries in this government, and I think from the point of view of the public gives a lot of assurance that what we're doing, well-intentioned and well-defined in general terms, has to be showing cost-benefit, has to be showing where we're benefiting, where we're perhaps losing value or losing carbon progress in this case. Indeed, if one of the unspoken political agendas is just to show more jobs, then if that's considered to be one of the indicator and the carbon is not reducing at the level at which it is targeted to achieve progress, then surely we need to know that. If, in fact, for political purposes, natural gas-fired cogen is not considered a priority because it wouldn't achieve in the short term the kind of political advantage that would be hoped for, then even though it's the better transition in terms of some of the indicators, including carbon, by the way, natural gas cogen delivers almost as much carbon savings as wind would in replacing coal, then one has to raise questions about the cost-benefit of what we're doing. So I guess for all of us, the Auditor General is the figure which we look to for credibility, for accountability, for value for money. And all of us, I think, including the public, would have a sense of comfort, shall I say, with a very challenging and a very ambitious bill that surely is trying to take leadership, but lacks a certain amount of accountability because the measures, the performance measures, the targets simply aren't clear. And it's quite possible the government itself will say, these are the indicators that we've ultimately decided on, and by the way, they're all improving, and we should all feel very happy about this. When in fact, a value for money audit might say, well, but this other direction, for example, natural gas cogen in the next 2 years could deliver much more of the cost benefit and deal with our struggling natural gas industry and natural gas surplus. So, as well as stimulating another side of our economy. So, I'm not saying that I know all the indicators, but I am saying that we as legislators and the public at large deserve to see what kind of performance measures we're talking about. Clearly, this isn't building new roads. It isn't paying out the coal-fired power generators. Those are not legitimate calls on this carbon tax. So what is? And can we get some assurances that at the end of the day, the value for money is there? I think that's all we're asking for. Thank you, Madam Chair.